Meditation on Human Rights. December 10th, 1998 marked the 50th anniversary of the United Nations proclamation of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. St. John Paul II noted that this declaration is one of the highest expressions of the human conscience of our time. The Church has always championed human rights in light of her concern for the dignity of every human person. We have a special mission, a special calling. We're called to help each of us to seek the mark of God in all creation, to create and foster moral energy, moral passion, and moral intelligence. And this concern for moral issues and values is at the heart of our world. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights remains as relevant today as it was on the day in 1948 that it was proclaimed and adopted by the United Nations General Assembly. The extraordinary vision and resolve of the drafters produced a document that, for the first time, articulated the rights and freedoms in which every human being is equally and inalienably entitled. And I think it's important that we all, these days, reflect on the meaning of that Declaration of Human Rights in light of the challenges facing our country and people at the border these days. And so I share with you the preamble of that Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Whereas recognition of the inherent dignity and of the equal and inalienable rights of all members of the human family is the foundation of freedom, justice, and peace in the world. And I'd like to share with you just some of the articles of this declaration for you to think about, to ponder, to reflect, and to pray. Article 1. All human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. They're endowed with reason and conscience and should act towards one another in a spirit of brotherhood, a spirit of sisterhood. Article 2. Everyone is entitled to all the rights and freedoms set forth in this declaration, without distinction of any kind, such as race, color, sex, language, religion, political or other opinion, national or social origin, property, birth or other status. Furthermore, no distinction shall be made on the basis of the political, jurisdictional, or international status of the country or territory to which a person belongs, whether it be the independent trust, non-self-governing, or under any other limitation of sovereignty. Article 3. Everyone has the right to life, liberty, and security of person. Article 5. No one shall be subjected to torture or to cruel, inhuman, or degrading treatment or punishment. Article 6. Everyone has the right to recognition everywhere as a person before the law. Article 7. All are equal before the law and are entitled without any discrimination to equal protection of the law. All are entitled to equal protection against any discrimination in violation of this declaration and against any incitement to such discrimination. Article 8. Everyone has the right to an effective remedy by the competent national tribunals for acts violating the fundamental rights granted him by the Constitution or by law. Article 9. No one shall be subjected to arbitrary arrest, detention, or exile. Article 10. Everyone is entitled in full equality to a fair and public hearing by an independent and impartial tribunal in the determination of his or her rights and obligations and of any criminal charge against him or her. Article 11. Everyone charged with a penal offense has the right to be presumed innocent until proved guilty according to law in a public trial at which he or she has had all the guarantees necessary for that defense. And no one shall be held guilty of any offense on account of any act or omission which did not constitute a penal offense under national or international law at the time when it was committed. Nor shall a heavier penalty be imposed than the one that was applicable at the time the offense was committed. Article 12. No one shall be subjected to arbitrary interference, his or her privacy, family, home, or correspondence, not to attacks upon his or her honor and reputation. Everyone has the right to the protection of the law against such interference or attacks. Article 13. Everyone has the right to freedom of movement and residence within the borders of each state, and everyone has the right to leave any country, including his or her own, and to return to that country. Article 14. Everyone has the right to seek and to enjoy in other countries asylum from persecution. This right may not be invoked in the case of prosecutions generally arising from non-political crimes or from acts contrary to the purposes and principles of the United Nations. Article 16. Men and women of full age without any limitation due to race, nationality, or religion have the right to marry and to found a family. They're entitled to equal rights as to marriage, during marriage, and at its dissolution. Article 28. Everyone is entitled to a social and international order in which the rights and freedoms set forth in this declaration can be fully realized. And finally, Article 30. Nothing in this declaration may be interpreted as implying for any state, group, or person any right to engage in any activity or to perform any act aimed at the destruction of any of the rights and freedoms set forth herein. Thank you.